I always get to hang out with your fans. And I'm standing up for this because I'm going to put you in a situation.
Oh, I get to sit you.
Yeah, no, I'm going to sit with you. I'm going to sit. So we were all talking, and so it's the last race.
You're not really the last.
No, I'm putting you in a situation. So you're in Homestead. Does the stash come back and the rainbow car come back?
I tried to do the stash a couple years ago. It just didn't quite look the same. It had way too much gray in it. So
touch a man.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really excited about Exalted running that rainbow paint scheme at Bristol. That was really cool. I see some old school rainbow paint schemes here, but that was awesome. You know, if we could have planned everything, we probably would have had Exalta be the sponsor of Darlington and done it there at Darlington, but that just wasn't. We didn't know the whole throwback thing was going to happen when they picked those racetracks. So they were kind of regretting that, but it was still really cool to see them at Bristol. And we tried some things with 3M, but it's got to make sense for everybody, and it just didn't. But that was so cool to see all those great paint schemes and everybody really jumping on board with that back in Darlington last weekend.
So Jeff, I was also talking to some fans a little while ago, and we're trying to think of things that asked you that I've never asked you. I've been interviewing you for years, so I think to myself,
yeah, as many times as you've interviewed, it's kind of hard to come up with something new.
Right, so here's the thing. Has there, after 20 years of being interviewed by just about everybody on the planet, do you sometimes think, man, I wish somebody would ask me this?
No. You know, I hate to burst your bubble, but I'm thinking about qualifying right now. I don't need to be challenged. I would prefer not to be challenged too much right now and get my mindset off of the job at hand. But I do love coming out, and I love interacting with the fans. And really, I'll take any question, especially the ones that the fans want to hear about, because they've supported me so much over the years.
Jeff, it was kind of cool. I was talking to a man right down in front, and he's an ex-police officer that got hurt back in a few years ago, and was really injured, really bad. And you actually sent him an autograph card and a hat. We just want to say right there, just want to say thank you, and one of our ex-police officers. And
So you sent it to me.
I'm glad we sent it to you. But it got it in the right hands, so thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for being a fan, and glad you're doing better.
My son's been watching you since you were born.
I've heard that story a lot this year. It used to be a theme. Pictures of a newborn baby and me, and then 22 years later, they're off in college.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jeff, it was kind of funny because often we're asked every single day to sign autographs, this, that, and the other thing. But did your kids ever come up to you and say, Dad, will you get their autograph for me, or can you get me an autograph from somebody?
Not so far. I've never seen them starstruck about anything or anybody. We don't let them watch much TV, in all honesty. They watch their cartoons. If a cartoon character walked up, they'd be all into that. So there's a friend of mine, John Lasser. He basically runs Pixar, and that makes Toy Story and Cars, and there's a new movie called Inside Out. A really cool movie, a really unique perspective. And so we went and stayed with them in their house in Sonoma when we were there for that race. And it's the only time I can really remember Ella saying, I've got a movie idea that I want to pitch to him. She was so excited about seeing it and talking movies to them. That's about it.
So speaking of, again, things from your career, but I just saw last night that you actually was in a cartoon, you did voiceover, and you actually played the role of a clown, kind of doing a rodeo clown. Yeah, and I was just like, is that cool doing something like that? It's something completely different. being on the track?
It's fun. It is fun. You know, I like a good challenge, and I like every once in a while if I'm working with the right people and it makes sense to step outside the comfort zone. You know, I've done it a few times over the years, whether it be like the Pepsi Max commercial or Saturday Night Live. And it was so funny. I'll tell you a quick story before I talk about the clown. And it's pretty easy for me to play a clown. So this week I was asked to go into my in the kids class. And I did this for my daughter when she was in pre-kindergarten. And so the same teacher is now teaching Leo, and she asked me, it's transportation week for them. And so, can you come in and talk about racing? So I bring a calendar in my uniform. Well, I've got 2 quarter midgets now for them. So I said, I'm going to bring the quarter midgets. So the day before I go in there, my wonderful, sweet wife, Ingrid, decides to send a clip of me when it was job day on Saturday Night Live. Any of you ever see when I did Saturday Night Live? So I did this one skit where I was a jet fighter pilot, and my son Billy or whatever was in the class. And then Seth what's Seth's last name?
Myers.
He was one of the other kids' dads, and he was a carpet salesman. So she sends this clip to the kindergarten teacher and says, "Hey, Jeff's really looking forward to coming to class tomorrow. Here's the last time he did this." And so the teacher writes back, she's like, "Oh, I can't wait to have Cougar," because that was my nickname in the skit, was Cougar. And I was so embarrassed. But it went well, and nobody called me Cougar. But yeah, then Disney has a new cartoon out, and so they asked me to do this skit, and it was so much. I'd be totally embarrassed if anybody ever saw the outtakes and the footage, because now I'm having to make all these crazy sounds, like a quack like a duck or a horn, and you know, things that somebody on the radio as a rodeo clown would do. But it's cool when you're working with somebody that really pushes you to say, "Come on, I need a little more energy, try this, and you know that nobody's really watching, and you just say, heck, I'm going for it." And from what I understand, it turned out pretty good.
It did. It was awesome.
You probably didn't realize it was me, actually, because it didn't sound like me.
I didn't until I saw the clip of you in the studio, and I was like, holy Toledo, that's
Yeah.
word. So you did a very nice job.
Thank you.
So, again, one of the fan questions, do you have a favorite trophy in your trophy case?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I don't have a lot of racing stuff in my house, so you know, I feel like that's sort of my sanctuary to get away from work, and I know I consider this a job. I don't know how that happened, why somebody decided to pay me to do this, but they did, and so it became a job along the way. So at home, it's so nice to just get away from all that. And so we built a new house maybe, 4 or 5 years ago, and decided to do something to display some of the unique trophies and the ones that meant the most to me. So I've got the Charlotte Trophy, my first race. I've got all the Brickyard 400 trophies, and then I have the championship trophies, and the Goodyear gives those gold cars away, and I have 2 of those. I think Rick has another one, and Ray has another one, and then I've got a couple of helmets, special paint scheme helmets that I really like over the years.
Now, this young gentleman right down in front, he wants to know, after you retire, what are you going to do? We know you're going to do TV, and I told him that, and he goes, no, I just want to know what he's going to do.
Well, see, this is why I didn't ask, and you never heard that the R word come from me. I never said I was retired. I'm not going to be driving a race car in the future, but I promise you I'm going to be working my butt off. Everybody keeps joking with me, especially around Henry Motorsports. They're like, "Yeah, you finally get to find out what it's like to have a real job." I'm like, "Yes, I do." So I'll be working with Fox. And really, my schedule for the first, I don't know how many races I have, 16 or 18 races of next year, will be exactly the same schedule I had this year. I'm going to be doing every practice, every qualifying session, and every race for Fox. I won't be sweating quite as much. I'm hopefully less stressed out as well, but I should be having fun, and I love that I'm going to get to be still engaged with the sport in that way. In between that, I'll be doing stuff for Exalta. I've got a personal service agreement with them, and there's a couple other partners that we're going to probably be doing. I'm sure I'll probably be doing some more things for Chevrolet, and then with Hendrick Motorsports. That role has not been fully defined yet. It's kind of, where does Rick want to use me? Where does he want to step back and have me, fill in, or not at all? There's certainly a side from the competition standpoint that I like being involved with, but also the marketing and sponsorship side.
And this young lady will really go here so much. She wants to only ever see you in a race car, even if it's just a one-off.
If I could,
Lord help us when you go to Kenny Chesney concert and get front row.
I want to see what it will do. We got the throttle pedal pulled back, so Ella can't get full throttle yet because it scares me too much. So I would love to get in that, but I won't fit. I don't have any plans to do any races. If I were to do something, one thing that comes to the top of my list would be Le Mans, and maybe with the Corvette program. I think that'd be really cool. Yeah. And luckily they have a driving simulator now where I can get some laps at Le Mans before I can make that decision to know if I can even do it. And my body would be, my back would have a lot to do with that. Other than that, I don't have any plans. If it happened within NASCAR, maybe like Martinsville or something like that. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think I'm going to be really busy. And when I'm not doing those other things I mentioned, I've got my foundation, my kids, family time, things that I've really been missing out on a lot of years.
Speaking of family time, this young gentleman right here wanted to know, with your kids, and they're out getting older, you have a couple of quarter midgets in the garage. Do you have plans on letting them do some racing?
I feel like no different than soccer, tennis, gymnastics, horseback riding, and racing. It fits in there. It is not something that it's not a top priority. It's not, hey, they're going to be race car drivers. They're around it, and they ask a lot of questions about it, of course, and so you have to put it in there just to let them experience it so they can say one day, yeah, I rode a race car. And they can then say, but I wasn't interested, or they say, yeah, I did it until, I got here. Who knows what's going to happen with it? But we're treating it just like we would any other activity that they would be involved with, and when they show a real liking to it and want to do more of it, and they push us to do more as parents, then we'll support 100%.
Jeff, and that's one thing, I want you guys to put your hands together for Jeff Gordon. For one thing, and you help so many people.
Well, I'm excited. September is Pediatric Childhood Awareness Month, so go gold here tomorrow night. If you're not already wearing gold, wear gold. The whole track's got a big campaign around it. They're involved with local children's hospitals, and there's a bunch of kids who are going to be cancer warriors, we call them, who are either battling cancer or survivors of cancer that are going to be here doing the Pledge of Allegiance. So we've got a kiddie game on Sunday that we're doing in Charlotte. We're outside of Charlotte, Annapolis, and we're going to be doing a lot. So we've got a Corvette raffle. You obviously see some really cool cars in here. If you want to drive one of these Corvettes, go on to JeffGordonChildren'sFoundation.com and figure out how you can drive away with my own personal Corvette. And all of those raise more awareness and funding for pediatric cancer.
When you want to get away from racing, I really like to hang out with family. You travel all over the world. Is there still one place that you want to go and take the family to?
I just found out we're going to Australia this winter, which I've been to Australia, and it's really cool. I raced there several years ago when I was in high school. Yeah, seriously. I used to go. I went over there the first time. I think I was 14 or 15, raced, and then I went back over there when I was, I believe, 17 or 18. when I graduated from high school, I went over there and spent like 5 weeks living with a family.